As important as knowing who you are, gaining your identity, is knowing where you're supposed to be, your location, your affiliation. This Barry felt a timid Torah, day 3 of Bamidbar in the wilderness. Let's go to Bamidbar, or Numbers chapter 2, and read the first 2 verses. Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, The children of Israel are to camp, each one by his own banner, beside the sign of his father's house. Let them camp around the tent of appointment at a distance. What follows are instructions about the various tribal alignments. To the east, facing the entranceway into the tabernacle area, was the primary banner of Yehudah. And then to the south was the primary banner of Reuben. To the west, the primary banner of Ephraim. And then to the north, the primary banner of Dan. And all the other tribes knew where they were supposed to be because they were aligned with one of these particular 4 tribes. The banners themselves would have depicted a lion, a man, an ox, and an eagle, which are the 4 faces of the Caravan. When we go over to the book of Psalms, if I can get there, in chapter 18 and verse 10, it says, speaking of Yah, and he rode upon a cherub and flew. He flew upon the wings of the wind. In chapter 22 and verse 3, yet you are set apart, enthroned on the praises of Israel. It's understood from the first chapter of Ezekiel that these 4 faces of the Caravan were shared. Each of the 4 Caravan mentioned, each had 4 faces. And these 4 Caravan made up the very throne of Yah. He is enthroned upon them. And so when the banners are flying, rightly situated in their place, it is as if, again, pictorially, that Yah is seated on the throne above Israel. And indeed, his glory was situated right over top of them. And so there's this understanding of a vital connection between Israel and the throne of the Most High. That is, that Yah rules upon Israel. When you look at the governmental affairs of the nations in the earth, they may squabble one with the other over tribal boundaries or national boundaries or some trade issue or some perceived insult. But when you boil it all down to it, it's the Middle East that is the real hot center. And of course, the one all the nations blame for whatever upset is going on there, they blame Israel. Israel's just trying to be a good nation, helping out other nations in their time of crisis, getting along with their Arab neighbors to the best of their ability, providing humanitarian aid wherever it is necessary, being a member of the world's economy. That's not very much appreciated because, well, after all, they're just the Jews. At least that's the world's mindset. And yet we understand and know that Yah is going to reign the world seated upon that land and through that people. The world may not like it, but they better get used to it. So the importance of what we've read today is about how then are we aligned. It's rare. It's very, very rare, if even possible, for any one of us to say, well, I am of the tribe of, and unless you're identified by your family lineage as a Levite, or maybe as a Jew, there's really not any way that I know of in the study of DNA to say, well, I'm of the tribe of Zebulun or Asher or Manasseh. We may surmise, well, it's very possible because we came from a country where we strongly believe that these tribes migrated to. And that's a possibility. But as far as proving the DNA structure that it's uniquely that of an Asherite or a Zebulonite, I just don't know that that's available to us. If it is, I certainly hadn't heard of it. Therefore, where do we go? To whom do we belong? Ultimately, when Yeshua comes in his kingdom, he will place us in the tribal identity that we're supposed to be a part of. That's his decision. That's his prerogative. But what about here and now? It's important. It's greatly important that you know with whom you belong. Not everyone has a group that they can meet with. Not everyone has a group that is close by that they can really rightly function with. Sometimes there may be a group, but it's like, it's not a good place to be for some reason. Not everybody can relocate, move to another state, and go to the hot spot gatherings. Not everybody's going to move to Gloucester. You're welcome. We'll talk to you. But not everybody's going to move to the Tidewater area of Virginia. So where is it that you belong? Finding your place, even if it is you yourself all by yourself and no one else. Finding a way to connect somewhere. We are very thankful that we have the online community, and part of what 10-Minute Torah is trying to offer is indeed a connecting spot, a landing zone, someone that you connect with, someone that you can be a part of this community. That's why I encourage you. Make comments, hit the like button, share on your social media. You just never know where you will make a connection, and someone will say, as you make a comment, well, I had the same issue or a like experience, and you can kind of share together, and that's fine. Knowing to whom you belong, finding your place. If you have a place to be, and it's a good place to be, get in that place. Be a part. Align yourself. Find out something that needs to be done and get at it and start doing. Contribute to the community. Find a way to be community with someone else. If that's not possible, and I know many have written and said, I'm isolated, I'm all out here all by myself. May the Father raise up for you people of like heart, inquisitive minds, a willingness to search for truth in Scripture, to pray together, to walk together. And sometimes we learn to walk with people that we disagree with to some degree. Maybe you were called out of a denominational situation, but there's still some folks there that pray, trust in Him, seek to walk in obedience to the best of their knowledge and understanding. Fellowship with them, love on them, help them, community with them to the best of your ability, even though you have some boundaries. The issue here is that when we all find our place, when we are situated where we're supposed to be, that provides Yah the opportunity to then become layered in His throne upon that setting. Yah does not just kind of float around in the air. He moves where His people are. Where His people are aligned appropriately and are looking for Him and His leadership. Yes, we know He fills the universe. He's out here on this back deck with me, out here in the sun and in the shade. He's everywhere. But He wants to be centered over a people that are walking in unison with His heart, with His will, with His way, with His truth, who have their banners furled, and that they know who they are, and that there is a community there that is willing to walk together. Find your place. If not, seek that place. and may Yah help you find it. I hope to see you again tomorrow. To the Shalom.